Guys, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Amber, and in today's video we will be doing another free furniture flip, another piece that I was gifted from a family member. If you're not already subscribed and you like to see makeovers like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and here is what we are working on this week. This is a 1951 Brandt mahogany drop leaf table. This is actually from Brandt's 50th anniversary collection, which is why this style looks older than it actually is. The dreams are not the same for me. This table is missing 5 leaves, and this thing is super long. I'm curious to know whose house this actually went into at one point, because this thing is huge. I was determined to try to save the top of this table. This is a mahogany veneer, so I'm starting by using some stripper. I am using the clean strip in the 15-minute formula and just scraping it off with a plastic putty knife. I did do 2 rounds of stripper on this. There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices. I then went in with some afterwash and fine grade steel wool to clean up any residue or leftover stripper that was stuck onto the tabletop. Making me afraid. Once I had the table upside down, I went ahead and I removed the leaves, and then I gave the table a really good clean with some Sunnyside TSP substitute. I removed the little metal feet caps. It was pretty easy. There was just a tiny nail on each side, and I will clean these up and spray paint them later. Using a piece of 180 grit sandpaper, I scuff sanded the entire apron and legs. I'm going for more of a rustic look on this piece, which is different than what I normally do. So instead of using a primer, I'm going to use the spray version of the shellac, and I just sprayed 2 coats on the legs and the apron. Also, I did not use any wood filler to fill any dents or anything. I am just kind of leaving it all as is. There were a few sections where the veneer was starting to lift off the underside of the leaves, so I took some Gorilla Glue in my glue syringe and just glued that back down and clamped it and let it dry for a good couple hours. I then went in with my palm sander on the top, and I started with a 180 grit and worked my way up to a 240 grit to try to smooth out and get rid of as many of the scratches that I possibly could. Once I was done sanding, I went in with Minwax Pre-Wood Stain Conditioner, and I did a coat of that. I let it dry for about 15 minutes and then wiped back any excess with a paper towel. I then went in with Minwax Gel Stain in the color Walnut and applied that with a foam brush as well. And then I got that on there, let it sit for just a few minutes. You don't want to let this sit too long because it can dry out. And then I wiped back any excess with paper towels. I did do 2 coats of this gel stain. However, you do have to wait 8 to 10 hours for it to dry before you can apply a second coat. I am using the color Basilisk by Mélange today. It is a really almost black, moody kind of black. It's got green and blue undertones in it, and I am applying this with my Zebra square brush. Remember, you guys can always use my Mélange discount code Amber10 to get 10% off your orders. They also do sell Zebra brushes, so that's something else that you can pick up if you are going to go ahead and purchase paint as well.
Like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words.
I switched over to my Zebra wedge brush to do the underside of the leaves, and I did a total of 3 coats of this dark color. I'm going to be wet distressing this, so you just take a wet microfiber cloth and just literally rub off or wash off the paint where you want it distressed. The good thing about this is that it's not going to actually break through the original mahogany finish, so I'm going to have that dark color instead of seeing like a raw wood. And if you do happen to rub off too much, you can always just go back in and paint over it and not have to worry about bleed through, because that shellac is still there to seal in all those wood tannins. To protect the tabletop, I did 2 coats of Minwax polyacrylic in a satin finish, and I just applied it with a foam brush. To protect my paint, I am going to seal it with Jolie Finishing Wax and Clear, and I'm applying it with the Mélange small wax brush. This is called the Ellis brush, and I am just rubbing it in. You want to really work it into the paint, so I'm going in long strokes as well as circles to work it in. Once I have my wax on there and it's all covered, I will come back with a clean microfiber cloth and just wipe off any excess, and I just keep folding the cloth once the area gets full of wax to make sure that I have a clean side to remove all the excess off. So I've already gone ahead and cleaned my hardware, and now I'm going to use Rust-Oleum and hammered brass, and I am just spraying the feet. I did do 2 coats of this color across the feet. I then switched over to Rust-Oleum's flat black, and I am spraying the hinges that hold up the leaves on the underside of the table. Before we get into the final reveal, let's take a look back and remember what we started with. This top was pretty damaged. It had a lot of scratches, and if you noticed, I didn't use any wood filler or anything on the legs or the base, as I am going for a rustic look. And here is the final look. Let me know below if this is a color that you guys think that you would use. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.